Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. My name, of course, is Orbital Potato, and here we check out the latest and the greatest strategy games each and every day of the week. Today, we're having a little look at Endzone 2. Endzone 2 is a survival city builder, sort of colony sim style game. It is the sequel to Endzone. It does a whole bunch of stuff differently and interestingly. Let's jump into the game. We'll randomize the seat, and we will jump into things right about now. So, Endzone 2, it does things differently. Thank you, I was talking. It does things very, very differently. So instead of immediately building a city or a settlement, what we do is we actually control this vehicle. This is the Pathfinder vehicle, and we inhabit the world. Now, this world has got a couple of different sort of interactable objects. If we care, for example, we can drive our little vehicle over to this thing, and there is some like ruins over here, and you know we can sort of search the ruins, and we can move bits and bobs into our vehicle, and this is what we're carrying in our vehicle, and that's all fine, happy days, that's all good and well. However, this is only sort of one facet of the game, and in fact, we can't really zoom in on the minimap, but there is this world that we can explore, and in this world, there are some pretty interesting, there are some pretty interesting sort of features. There are these inhabitable zones. Now, each inhabitable zone has got a bunch of different sort of modifiers. For example, this one has no water, and we can actually see it. It's very, very small as sort of zones go, but it does have a clay deposit. It's got a swampland. It's got some fertile soil. So, you know, it might make a decent place for settlements, but not necessarily our first settlement. That's right, you heard me correctly. You can build multiple settlements, and that is what, frankly, this game is all about. This is where this game sort of takes the Wasteland experience to the next level, I would say. So what we're going to do is we're going to drive around the overworld. We're not really going to focus too much on any of these. Oh, there's a bridge over there that's broken. We're not going to focus too much on anything. Let's go this way. Yeah, we're not going to focus too much on this sort of area over here, or indeed the ruins that are around. In fact, I think I just want to go into 3x speed and see if we can explore a little bit, so that we can. Ooh, interesting. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. But also, if you could stop talking, that'd be quite nice too, because I was talking. Anyway, this is an inhabitable zone. It's quite small. It's quite small, but I actually don't hate it at all. However, before I settle there, let's go south just a little bit and see if there's anything. See if there's anything else. I've got a feeling that there might be another zone sort of down here. Anyway, all of these different zones are areas that we can build settlements, and indeed, we can build multiple settlements. We're going to be doing that. This looks like a zone up here.
Take a look at it when you get a chance.
Also pretty small. Also pretty small. It looks like there's a sort of river here, and there's another bridge that's broken. Okay, so we're kind of hemmed in over here. We basically have to pick one of these three zones to settle in, and I think I'm gonna select this one. So we're gonna drive the car right up to this zone, and we are going to start settling it, which is very, very exciting indeed. Now, there's a whole bunch of sort of detritus that is in this zone. I appreciate that. That's fine. We'll deal with that. We'll deal with that later. So, what we can do is we can basically drive the Pathfinder, the vehicle, right up to the edge of the zone. We can't actually drive it into the zone. We just can't, apparently. But when we're next to it, what we can do is we can actually build a new settlement. And indeed, that is what I am going to do. Thank you. Brilliant. So, we need an entrance point, and the entrance point is going to be, I think, right over there.
We want to build our town center.
A town center for the town. We'll build it right over here. Perfect. And just like that, we have managed to build Fester Chapel, which is immediately going to be renamed Capital Potato Town. Capital Potato Town. There we go. What looks vaguely potato-ish? Well, there's not much spud action going on here. We'll do that. Sure, we'll do an orange Capital Potato Town. There we go. Anyway, it's now clearly marked on the map in a nice little boundary, which is kind of cool. Okay, so now that we've got ourselves our first settlement, we still, by the way, have the ability to control the Pathfinder vehicle, and we're going to be doing that. We can absolutely do that. We can still sort of, scout out all of these sort of different ruins. Don't worry, we'll get to that. But for now, we're going to see if we can try and get the basic infrastructure that we need to get our town up and running. And what have we got going on up at the top of the screen here? Well, let's break it down. We've got manpower. We've got the number of settlers that we've got, i.e. 15, the 15 that were on the van in the first instance. That's fine. We've got water, we've got food, we've got wood, we've got scrap, plastic, tools, cloth, and then there's a whole bunch of other stuff that we don't quite have yet. How do we get the basic resources to sustain life? Well, let me tell you. First of all, we're going to build a jetty. A jetty is going to be able to get us water. I'm going to build a jetty over here. I'm trying not to build on the sort of good farmlands. That is kind of what I want to avoid. We're also going to see if we can try and get ourselves a fishery. A fishery is going to allow us to... Oh, what do we need? We need something else. We need 5 tools in order to get a fishery up and running. No problem at all. Why don't we see if we can try and go and scout out this facility over there?
The water is running out.
Oh,
I'm at the wheel.
that's fine. Don't worry about it. Take that. Let's move over here.
All clear.
Brilliant. Loot this ruin. Ideally, we're able to get some tools, but that's fine. We can always not get tools. Loot the ruin. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Tools. Happy, happy days.
All clear.
Let's move back over to here. Brilliant. And I can unload you, and I'm just going to literally move as much as we possibly can over to here. We've got a little bit too much wood to move into the city, but that is not necessarily a problem. Okay, so low water resources. Yes, I understand that. Let's maybe not go in 3 times speed as well. So my jetty has been built. Jetty's pretty darn easy. Let's assign 5 people to work there. We can store up to 500 units of water in our town hall. Our town hall has a base sort of level of storage, which is quite nice. Not too worried about that. But I would also like to get that fishery up and running. Brilliant. We'll get that built, and that will be built in no time at all. Okay, so we've sorted water. We could also get water with a well, but we require a swamp to do that, and I don't think that there's any swampiness. No, I don't think there's any swampiness in this zone. Although, for example, I think that's swamp over here. Yeah, there's swamp over literally right there. Clicking on it, that'll take us to it. So, for example, if we needed water in this settlement, we would get it from the swamp instead of getting it from the jetty, which is what we're doing at the moment. Okay, fisheries up and running. Let's get three fishing people, fishermen. That's the word that I'm looking for. Let's get 3 of them immediately to jump into food, and we can see that our nice little green arrow next to water and a nice little green arrow next to food, which is great. Okay, wood and scrap. We're going to get both of those, or going to get production for both of those very, very shortly indeed. Scrap yards. Yep, we're able to get a scrap yard. Let's get this over here. There is scrap that is obviously within the area, up to 2,800 scrap. That's going to last us for a pretty decent chunk of time. And I'm also going to get you. Let's get one of these bad boys. Let's get one of these bad boys over here somewhere. Yeah. Sure, this is a woodcutting lodge. Nice. Okay, a tree nursery. A tree nursery is what grows trees. We can get that, but we don't necessarily need to deal with that quite yet. Absolutely fine. A tool-making plant. I absolutely would love to get a tool-making plant. That is going to be super darn useful. Scrapyard. Let's assign 2 people to the scrapyard. That is no big deal. Okay, right. What else do I need to dive into? At the moment, everybody in the town loves me. To be expected, we just founded it. Health is going to naturally decay over time unless we can remedy that. Let's get 2 people in the woodcutting lodge. Radiation doesn't start off at a particularly high level, but events will change that over the course of time. And what's really, really important is the fact that there are, I guess, like 3 facets of discovery and exploration that our town members can dive into. Now, if we move across to shelters, for example, we can build ourselves 3 types of shelters immediately. We can build ourselves a simple dwelling, or a simple dwelling. And I hear you crying, What the heck is the difference? I'll tell you. It's this little thing over here. +3 economy, +3 ecology, and +3 society. This is where things start to get quite interesting. So for example, we have our jetty. The jetty, if you're paying it very, very close attention, you can see gives +2 ecology. And actually, so does the fishery. It gives us +3 ecology. These are ecology buildings. That means if we build an ecology simple dwelling next to these buildings, then we're actually going to get a production bonus passed on to the jetty, which is quite cool. The woodcutting lodge, for example, is an economy building. So therefore, we're going to get ourselves a nice little economy bonus if we're able to get that up and running. So look at that, activated, perfect. That is great. And in fact, we're going to get those five people in there. I have absolutely no idea. Deposits in the vicinity boosts building efficiency. Dwelling from the same settlement branch. There we go. It's a 10% bonus, which is really, really nice. And in fact, we can get ourselves, as soon as we get tools in the tool making plant, we can get ourselves a gravel path to link to the town center, which would be amazing. We still do have a few people that are homeless. We're going to see if we can try and fix that. The scrapyard, probably going to nab ourselves an additional economy dwelling. Why is this cool? It's cool because instead of just building like row upon row upon row upon row upon row upon row of houses, you know, just sort of clicking and then just dragging all the way down the screen and just making rows of boring sort of bland houses, you're kind of incentivized to dig around. Lack of resource. We need tools. Our fishermen need tools. That's a little bit problematic. I kind of had forgotten that. Produces tools out of scrap and wood. Yeah, let's get this over here. Sure. And again, you get a synergy. You get a synergy in the tool making plant if you have proximity to the scrap building and also to the wood building. Now, I don't think we've quite managed to get next to the wood manufacturing building, but look, it doesn't particularly matter. We're still going to get a nice little sort of production bump from just having proximity here. Let's get you up to 3. There we go. Plus 10% efficiency buff due to the resource production in the vicinity and dwelling from the same settlement branch, which is amazing. That is really, really nice. So in fact, we're actually able to substantially increase the efficiency with which we're manufacturing tools, which I think is pretty darn good. So as soon as we have a few more tools, we're going to start building some gravel paths, which is quite nice. What else do we need to get? A weaving mill? Yeah, we'll get that in just a second. Do I need to build anything else here? Not right now. A coal kiln, I do need to make that. I will make that. A cistern, I'd love to make a cistern, allow me to store a little bit of additional water. And in fact, let's get that set up over here. It's pretty decent. What do I need? No builders. That's because everybody has been assigned to a whole bunch of jobs. And in fact, let's reduce the number of people that we've got in the lodge so that one person can be moved over to the cistern. The cistern construction, that is, not necessarily the cistern operation. I don't believe anybody is required to utilize the cistern. Now, what I need... I don't think I need any additional sort of synergy bonuses. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to place some additional houses. I'm going to place some society houses, place a society, and I'll place an ecology as well. We'll wait for that to all get built. Shouldn't take too long at all. The cistern is going to be prioritized, obviously. And also, we are... I was going to say, we just hit our storage cap of water, but now we have got the cistern up and running. We are completely fine, which is great. And in fact, are we getting a production boost? I think we actually are. We're production boosting something. Something's getting production boosted. Either way, that's great. We got another simple dwelling, and we're going to get another simple dwelling up and running. And that, hopefully, should give us the ability to start having some children, which is very, very nice indeed. There we go. Immediately, it started to happen. We have free housing, and that means that we're going to start to get children. Children grow up very, very fast in the wasteland. They really, really do. So we're going to be able to increase our workforce pretty darn quickly, which is really, really quite nice. Really, really is. Okay, what else do I need to get? We probably want to see if we can try and get some cloth production up and running. Oh, yeah, I should also get a forager. Yeah, let's get a forager. Let's get a forager in here. There's a coal deposit in there. Forager in there. That'll do for me for now. It's going to get us more food. To be fair, we've got plenty of food already. I'm not super worried about the food situation, but that is fine. Right, what did I say? Yeah, I wanted to get some cloth production, and I think the way that we're going to do that is with a plantation. Plantation synergizes very, very nicely, in fact, with the fact that we've got a next door ecology simple dwelling that has already been built. That is really, really super powerful. Uh-oh.
A sharp increase in radiation is going to occur soon.
We should start to get sufficient, yeah. Okay, we will do that. Right, so imminent radiation storm. It's coming in 5 minutes. We need to be mindful of that. Radioactive contamination is going to increase if we are not careful. Now, how can we counter that? I'll tell you how we can counter it. In fact, we're actually already making headway towards it because we need to get ourselves, first of all, the plantation. The plantation makes the crops, the cloth, the fibers, that's the word for it. The fibers that we are going to be able to turn into cloth here. Then we're going to get a tailor's workshop. Beautiful. And we're also going to get ourselves a coal kiln, which I don't actually think I have the resources for at the moment because we don't have the tools, but that's all the stuff that we need in order to make it all work. Foraging hut, I'm not going to focus on for now. We're gonna return to that in just a second. This autosave, I think, is a little bit... It's not problematic. That's not the right word, but it is slightly intrusive because it does take a little while to sort of save. I will say that is something that I have noticed with this game. The loading times are somewhat extensive, and the saving times are somewhat extensive. Given this is a very early build of the game, I have no doubt that will change, but just to make you aware for now. Anyway, the plantation has officially been built. What we can do is we can actually extend up to 100 squares. That'll do. 100 squares of farmable land from the plantation, which I'm going to do. We're going to wait until this stuff has all been built. And we now have 16 settlers, and that's 2 free manpower. Let's get 2 in the plantation. Sure, let's get 2 in the plantation. Weaving mill and the tailor. Oh, the tailor's workshop actually has the society bonus, but we could probably do with getting an industry house in order to satisfy this weaving mill's synergy, which is quite nice. Anyway, the weaving mill is going to be able to weave cloth and coal, which we are not making yet because we haven't actually been able to make the coal kiln. But once we have 5 tools, that's it. There we go. Then we're going to be able to plonk this down right about here. And that is going to be a bad place to do it. There we go. Because it is going to be within range of a house. I don't really want it to be within range of a house. What about over here? That's not actually within range of a house. But I think it is... I think it is within range of the tailor's workshop. And if that is the case, then we're going to be able to get some synergies off of that, which is quite nice. Either way, plantation is looking good. We're going to be producing a whole bunch of fibers. Let's get ourselves somebody in the weaving mill. Let's get ourselves somebody in the tailor's workshop. We're going to be able to make ourselves an activated carbon mask. We can also make rubber gloves. Rubber gloves far out of our capability at the moment, but activated carbon masks, very, very simple. It's just cloth and coal, so that's fine. And the charcoal kiln, we'll get somebody working over there too. Right, let's reduce the number of people that we have working in the water facility and also the number of people working in the fishery. We can afford to let our food drop down for a little while. I'm not too worried about that. They're saying there's a lack of resources. I am not concerned. Put 2 people in there. Put 2 people in there. And put 2 people in there. So that's 2 people basically across the board. We got a whole bunch of additional workforce that is going to come online very, very soon indeed. So I am quite happy about that. We also need to increase the amount of people that we have chopping wood because it's low. It's low. Very, very low wood. Very, very low wood. However, the good news is we've got some activated carbon masks that are coming through, and we don't actually need altogether too many in order to have a pretty decent level of protection. Radiation protection is increasing. It's pretty basic at the moment, but it is increasing, and that's what matters. But anyway, yeah, you can kind of see pretty easily how you can stack up some pretty like amazing synergies in order to achieve like some really, really decent increases to a building's efficiency. I mean, we're getting almost 50% extra efficiency just by the location of this tailor's workshop. That is pretty darn cool. And in fact, I think the weaving mill isn't even boosted that much. So I think I could get myself another building, another house. I think I might just do that, you know? What do we need? Oh, we need 10 woods. I don't have 10 wood. That's fine. Or 5 cloth. Whatever. We need more people. We really need to age up our population. Let's go into 2 times speed. It's completely fine. We've got a radiation storm coming through, and the carbon masks are coming at a fine pace. So we're okay with everything that is happening. A graveyard. I could probably get a graveyard. That's probably a pretty decent thing to do. Gather food. Gather scrap. I don't need to worry about that at the moment. We're doing it all. An access point. We've already got an access point, a material depot, and a food depot. A food depot might be useful, but, I mean, as I've already said, we can kind of afford to run down our supply of food a little bit, and the same with water, until some of our populations start aging up in a little bit.
The radiation levels are rising sharply.
That's fine. We're okay with this. We're okay with this. There is a radiation storm. The soil radioactivity is increasing faster, and we just need to survive that and get through that for 2 minutes. But as I say, we've got those activated charcoal masks. Right. What's next? Let me tell you what's next. Ooh, I tell you what, I still got wood. Let's move all of that into the
Where are we going?
into the settlement. Right. So let's move you. Over to this location over here. This little walkie-talkie signifies that there is an expedition to be had. Now, when we start an expedition...
Country house is still in good shape.
Indeed.
Take a look around and see if we find anything useful here.
Indeed. Now, when you start an expedition, it kind of begins... I think the best way of describing this is that it kind of turns into a little bit of a point-and-click adventure. And what that basically means that you have to do is you have to explore the surroundings. Now, it's kind of fairly obvious, but there are certain sort of interactable objects in the map. You know, with little magnifying glass there, a little hand over here. You can interact with the objects, and you can do some pretty, like, funky stuff. For example, you can collect resources. That's scrap. Oh, look, there's some more stuff over here. We can actually see total progress in the barn. That's some more cloth. Okay. Let's go and click on this bin here. Oh, we've got a knowledge point. Very interesting. There's a barrel over here. Some plastic. Anything else around here? No, I don't think so, but there is a ladder. And the ladder, we can go up the ladder, and we can grab that. And what do you know? We've discovered everything in the barn. Click on the van, get out of here, and take all of that home. End expedition. Just like that, we got out of there with a knowledge point. And a knowledge point is pretty darn useful for us. In fact, I would go so far as to say it's really, really darn useful. Let's drive you back up to the access point here. And then let's swap everything that we have into the town. So, what does an access point actually do for us? I'll tell you what. Let's skip forward into the morning. Survive the radiation levels. Any warnings? It's rain. I don't particularly care. That's okay. Right. What we can do with knowledge points, it's basically tech, basically research. We can get ourselves a swamp farm. It's kind of pointless because, I mean, we don't actually have anywhere to grow herbs because we don't have a swamp. Process swamp areas to obtain raw materials. Don't have that. You can see that we've got a list of settlements here. This is so cool. This is so unbelievably cool. But what we can do is we can get ourselves a clay pit. That's going to cost me 1 knowledge point. And we do have the ability to actually get clay here. So I think we're probably going to be trying to go down the whole clay route in just a bit. But do I want to do... Let's do some more exploration, shall we? I don't think there's anything really necessarily that we need to worry about in the... Let's do another expedition. Let's do another expedition. I flippin' love this.
We should take a look around inside. Maybe we'll find something useful we can take with us. This control unit needs power in order to work.
Okay.
I'll take a look.
Is that a generator?
This generator is still in good shape, but we won't be able to use it without fuel.
Okay, I see what's happening here. So if we're able to find fuel for the generator, then we might be able to power this.
Here. Can we use them?
Okay, nice. We've got some jerry cans. Anything else in the world that we can sort of collect? Just sort of lying around? Doesn't look it. Looks like we need to get inside by
Generators running and supplying electricity.
Amazing. Look at that, and we get ourselves a knowledge point. Not to mention the fact that presumably we're able to go in and loot everything in here.
But all the electronics here still seem to work.
Oh my goodness.
Let's go.
This, whatever scavengers came through here.
Without substantial effort.
Ah. Okay, there's a safe here. We need tools and we need iron tools. And we don't have those, but that's not necessarily the end of the world. Let's just head home. I'll take everything with me. And we will end the expedition. And we actually come away with another knowledge point. Now, there are still, like, resources in there. We can investigate that in the future. But, you know, we're not going to worry about that necessarily too much now. Blocked in the demo. Oh, I see. We can't get across that bridge. It's a bit of a shame. Well, let's check out this one. See what's going on over here. I really like this.
Standing in this garage. We ought to take a closer look at it. The best would be if we tried to lower the car lift somehow.
Okay, we can try and lower the car lift. Okay, I see the buggy. Oh, we got some copper by the looks of it. We can also see that there is an unknown item, i.e. we have to discover something in the level in order to give us access. It looks like there's going to be another sort of generator.
Still in good shape, but we won't
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have to discover some more fuel or find some more fuel.
Unit needs power in order to work.
Okay. So we're going to need to find power somewhere. And that's fine. I have done other ones. Seems that we've got 2 fuel ones in a row. Seems that we've got 2 fuel ones in a row, or near enough 2 fuel ones in a row. But I have had some like, you know, light platforming in the sense that, you know, you needed to find planks in order to get across across a little ravine thing. That's kind of cool, I thought. Another jerry can. Let's go in here. Sure, of course we can use the jerry cans. Should have just siphoned off the fuel from should have siphoned off the fuel from the last jerry can that we had. I'm in. What's this?
The mattress hasn't been used for a while, but whoever fixed up their cars here lived
Okay.
here for a spell too. The mattress hasn't been used for a while. The mattress hasn't been used.
Okay, that's all part of the mattress complex.
Fixed up their cars here
Okay.
lived here for a spell too.
Let's see.
Sure, that's a really unusual.
There we go. Ooh, new technology found. Mud Runner. A maneuverable vehicle with low capacity. The vehicle has no weapons. Very, very cool. So we actually have a blueprint now for another car. I kind of dig that. That's fantastic. We've also got some copper and some iron bars. Okay, I think we're gonna head back home. That's where we're gonna head back to. There we go. And we get over here. What are we doing? Low water reserves. Don't worry, I'll fix that up. In fact, we've got 5. There we go. We've got 5 free manpower, which has just decreased a little bit, but that's completely fine. Lack of storage capacity for the scrapyard. That's also okay. Food-wise, we're seeing a little bit of a decrease there, but that's okay too. Right? Can I get myself a clay pit? I need 50 wood. Oh yeah, let's bump up the number of woodcutters that we've got here, and also let's see if we can start replanting. See if we can start replanting the trees in a plant nursery. We obviously don't have any builders, but as soon as the kids become older, they will become capable of building, which is great. Let's unload all of this, or as much as we possibly can, and that will be pretty decent indeed. Okay, come on, children. Become older. Yes. Fantastic. One became older and immediately went to work building the tree nursery. And in fact, you know what? You can be employed in the tree nursery. So that'll be pretty decent. Right, let's get some research done. Oh, we've unlocked huts. Expanded simple dwelling increases the settler capacity. We've got 5 knowledge points? Holy cow. That's pretty darn good. I will say, some unlocks need knowledge points to unlock. Others don't. So, for example, the brickworks. It's basically not possible to use the brickworks, obviously, unless you have clay, because you need clay to produce bricks. But this we need a little bit of coal, we need some tools, we need some clay. In fact, if I need coal, let's bump up the number of bits and bobs that we've got over there. Let's also queue up a... Where are you? Where are you? There we go. A clay pit. The clay pit is going to be built over here. And also, you know, I've got plenty of tools. Let's see if we can actually try and build some roads. So everything needs to be connected to the town hall. There we go. And I think if we're able to connect up to the town hall, then I think that gives us another bonus. Yeah, road link to town center. That's a 10% bonus for just doing like absolutely nothing. I mean, this tailor's workshop is now, that's literally a 50% boost. A 50% efficiency boost just by doing that. That is absolutely phenomenal. Right, this is a clay pit that needs an adjacency of a house. We'll get that. Imminent drought. Okay, don't worry. We have got a decent amount of water income. It's not necessarily enough, though. So I should probably be a little bit wary of that. Decrease the number of people that we have working in the tailor's workshop. Don't get me wrong, it's very, very important that we get the activated carbon masks. But frankly, we probably don't need this many. We probably do not need this many. Let's build the clay pit. Let's get that all up and running. We'll get a simple dwelling next door. And that is going to allow us, hopefully, to increase our number of people that live here. And in fact, let's get another one of these bad boys. We'll queue it up. Yeah, ooh, the drought. My supplies are not extensive. Not extensive at all. And in fact, I should probably send out the van. To go and do some exploring. Or maybe even some expeditions. Yeah, we'll maybe break even. Or thereabouts anyway. That's fine. Okay. Clay pit is looking good. It's almost built. Marvelous. We'll get one person in there. New research available for economy. That is, of course, what I was referring to earlier, which is the brickworks. Oh, and also, we've got the upgraded material depot. And the vulcanizer produces rubber out of natural latex. Oh, nice. That's how we're going to be able to make the alternative recipe in the tailor's workshop. The rubber gloves. Fine. Fine. Importantly, we've increased the number of people that we have here. Low water resources for less than 5 minutes. Well, things are going to be very, very close to the ground, aren't they?
New instructions?
Loot the ruins. Loot the ruins over here, too. Low food reserves? Oh, food reserves we can easily sort. Okay. That's plastics, not water potato. I was very optimistic for a second there. Do I want to do that expedition? Not particularly. I think that expedition is going to be similar to what we've already done. I'm finding a lot of useful stuff here. None of it is water. I don't even necessarily know if we can find water. Right.
We don't have much water left.
Oh,
Well, it's not enough to survive the coming drought.
Why would you suggest that?
Water. Then the supplies will last a while longer.
Yes, I will ration water. But people are going to become unhappy.
That kind of decision.
Oh, I know, but I'm a tough leader.
Deals with our survival.
At the end of the day, you know, we got to do what we got to do. Right, I've looted, like, a lot of stuff. It's not going to be enough. But at the end of the day, our water situation is going to be fine. Food, let's increase the number of people that we have here. Food is affected by drought. Of course it is. Yeah, do we have no other way to get food? Right, well that does present a problem. Yeah, not exactly ideal, to be honest. Not exactly ideal at all. What else can I build that I haven't built? A recycler produces plastic out of scrap. We actually have plenty of plastic, but I could build that if I wanted to. Production chain. Oh yeah, we need tools in order to build that. Hey, look, you know what? If we run out of food, we run out of food. We face it.
Running out. If nothing changes, it'll be the end of us. We've got to do something.
I get 10% confidence. Okay. Sanded up buildings function worse. Okay. Well, there we go. The drought is almost at the end. Corpses on the road. 6 corpses on the road. Oof. Well, at least that gives me the opportunity to build a graveyard. Positive thinking, right? Positive thinking. Let's build the graveyard, like, right in the center of town. That seems like an absolutely, totally appropriate place to do things. The situation has stabilized somewhat, which is great. We can start collecting water again, which is marvelous. We've got people that are ready to...
The food is running out in this zone.
What are you talking about? Food is running out. There we go. Get 3 people working there. Cut back on the tool making plant.
The situation has calmed down.
Amazing. That was all me, by the way. I fixed that. There's only 9 corpses on the road. Let's get 1 person working in the graveyard, and let's allocate all of this area for corpse fixing. Right. The fact that we've got 8 children, that's quite good. It's quite good. It's not exactly ideal, the fact that we have so few people, you know, actually working as adults, but that's fine. Water-wise, I seem to not be gaining a huge amount. I'll queue another one up to be built. That's fine. I honestly should probably have just left this in high game speed for a little while longer. There we go. 1 more person in there. Let's put two extra people in water collection. God, we are losing a heck of a lot of water. But at least we're well on top of the corpse situation. Okay, we'll queue up the next couple of children that start working. We can put them immediately to work in the fields. I think we already get the ecology bonus over here, but I'll put down another house. It doesn't get additional bonuses, but it'll be fine. Thank you for the autosave. The next person that becomes of age will immediately go and start working in the water jetty, and after that, we'll get the additional builder to work on the simple dwelling, which is completely fine. Yes, I realize my water situation absolutely sucks. How did it go from like how did I go from deteriorating efficiency? Oh, I see. It's lower because of the deteriorating efficiency. Yeah, so if I get rid of that, yeah, that will effectively double it. Activated. Oh, God. Another drought when I cannot manage my current levels of water. This is not exactly ideal. This does not feel ideal. Can I unlock a brickworks? Can I just pretend that my problems don't exist? I need 10 clay. Let's punt all of those people that were busy doing the unessential task of extracting water from the jetty. Yeah, I cannot get this upgraded. We don't have the materials to do it, nor do we have the research or the knowledge to do it. So I'm just gonna have to ignore the fact that we don't have any water. Right, we got ourselves a brickworks there. Nice. And another drought so soon. We have 5 water. It's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. We can build a brickworks, but I just know it's all bad. The brickworks is going to get built here. That's pretty decent. Coal plus clay is going to give us some bricks. Bricks are going to unlock the ability to do what exactly? I don't know, but I think it's huts. Yeah, it is. It's bigger and better huts. And in fact, we've already got what else we got? Huts here. We've got water tower, upgraded food depot. It's a pretty small tech tree at the moment. I'm assuming that like everything sort of past this point is just not happening. Also, we unlock them based on the number of points that we have. If I was to build more economy houses, then we would get more economy points, more ecology houses, more ecology points, etc., etc., etc. Same with society as well. Settlements, we obviously only have one singular settlement at the moment. Clearly, we are able to build multiple, and in fact, you're even able to set up transport routes between sort of different points. Look at that! Look at that! We're able to, to transport different things around. That is really cool. I'm not loving the fact that there's a drought on Amigo. There's not much that I can really do about that, and I think that is probably going to be detrimental is a strong word, but probably detrimental to my civilization. To my little settlement here. Yeah, we're on 0 water. The corpses are going to start piling up, which is not exactly a vibe. However, that is going to be a great place for us to end. I feel like I barely scratched the surface of what is possible. I really like the little expedition systems. I think that's really, really cool. We've got like a safe to go back to and crack over there. We've got different types of expeditions. It's like we can uncover technology and knowledge points, and that could be new seeds, new stuff to grow. I don't know, maybe information about stuff on the map. We obviously got a blueprint for a car, which I don't think that we can do anything with at this present moment, but it's definitely something that we're going to be able to explore in the future. I love it. I love the idea of automated sort of like, transport routes between different settlements. I think that's really, really cool. I honestly cannot wait to see what Endzone 2 has in store. I am very, very, very much here for it. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap it up right about now. Thank you ever so much for watching. My name, of course, has been Orbital Potato. I'll catch you next time. Bye.